Hello there everybody, this is Alex from Hardcore Guides bringing you my guide for BioShock without using any Vita-Chambers on Survivor difficulty. And today's episode is going to be taking place in Arcadia. This is the... hold on, let me do my math here. We got Welcome to Rapture, Medical Pavilion, Neptune's Bounty, Smuggler's Hideout, then, okay, fifth one, okay. See, I used to think like Smuggler's Hideout was a part of Neptune's Bounty, so I wouldn't count it as its own level. But this is technically the third place you can take your bathysphere to, so yeah. I was gonna say like this is edited. Of course it's edited because why else would I be doing this right now? I guess I'm trying to tell myself that this is edited. It didn't look like it for a second there, but it is. Arcadia, in terms of difficulty, isn't that hard until after Farmer's Market, which even then still isn't really that hard. And also in this video, I actually kill off a few big daddies. And I do a pretty good job of doing it. So Rosies aren't really that tough anymore, it seems like. Since I already got all the research on them, I think I filled out my research for them. You get that extra, +3 damage, which is a ridiculous amount of damage you can do to Big Daddy. And it's definitely something you want to keep in mind that you need to start taking pictures of enemies because that's going to help you out in the long run. Especially for no Vita-Chambers and stuff like that. Oh, goodness, what do I do in here? Again, there's really nothing to really commentate about in Arcadia, or just BioShock in general. Like, BioShock's just that easy. When it comes down to, like, fighting, like, Big Daddy fights or something like that, that's pretty much where I can technically say, like, some sort of strategy. But there is a part in Arcadia that will actually require probably some of my leniency to guiding you through it, I guess. Kind of how to set up, like, certain traps or something like that if you need anything. But again, like, my commentary does matter. It's just, it's more, I'm more of a visual learner myself. I'd rather just watch and listen to somebody tell me kind of how to do it. Like, I like watching, how people play, but at the same time, I also like listening to how they explain how they do it or whatever it might be. I didn't realize that the propane tank killed him with an insta-kill it, because the health bar dropped down to like half, and it looked like it didn't kill him, so I shot a buckshot right into its face, and figured that would work, but he was already dead by the time I got him. And I have not bought Enraged yet. I don't remember what I bought. Again, this is like a week old recording, so it's just, I don't exactly remember where I took place, or where whatever took place, I guess you could say, so yeah. And of course, once you kill the Houdini Splicer, when you go in that little crawl space, a leadhead Splicer does appear, so make sure you're prepared for this at all costs. The way I'm looking at it is I'm looking at like if people actually are, using this guide for help, which is good. I mean, some people do need help with BioShock, I understand that. I expect that you probably are about to go into the level, and you're probably watching this video before you go to the level to see exactly who and where and what and when and how, what will appear, stuff like that. But then again, if you played BioShock before, you already know what's going on. But then there's also the other fact, like if you haven't played BioShock yet and you're playing on Survivor already, with no Vita-Chambers, you just want to get all the trophies out of the way as quick as you can, this should be able to help you. One thing to keep in note, and this is obviously obvious, this is technically a shooter game. Cover is a good thing to have. It's a good thing to use and utilize, so make sure you use a lot of it when you have the chance. Because there's a lot of, gun people, or gun-wielding enemies in this game. Every level has a certain type of enemy spectrum, though, I just want to mention. Like, every level usually has, like, a turret. I mean, we get that. Every level has, like Big Daddy, whatever. Arcadia is the first level that really utilizes the fact of thug splicers, because you just got the research camera, and now they want you to use that research camera to be able to take pictures of thug splicers, which you have not done yet because you haven't really had the opportunity to do so. And that's why they throw out thug splicers right after Neptune's Bounty. Well, Smuggler's Hideout, but right after like Neptune's Bounty in general. Like, you go to Smuggler's Hideout, no, you go to Neptune's Bounty, then you go to Smuggler's Hideout, and there you go. I didn't have enough film, obviously, to research this little turret here, but I kind of screwed myself up there, so that's on me. The thing is, for a while, I was pretty afraid of fighting like Big Daddies, but once you get done with Neptune's Bounty and you take pictures of Rosies like constantly, and you get that, you know, that research maxed out, you should be good to go. You should be able to take down Big Daddies no problem. Well, I mean, you'll probably still encounter, like, maybe some issues with it, but then again, yeah. The funny thing is, when you upgrade the chemical thrower, I just want to mention this right now. When I used to play BioShock with, you know, with Vita-Chambers on, I would upgrade the chemical thrower usually last. I would get the consumption rate last because there's just so much, like, napalm. There's so much liquid nitrogen. There's a lot of electric gel you can get too, and it starts to add up, and I can't carry everything at one time. So what I would do is I would not upgrade it. You know, I would not upgrade the consumption rate because I just didn't really feel like I needed to because I'm not using it as much. But on BioShock Survivor, no Vita-Chambers, well, I'm probably going to upgrade that pretty early on due to the fact that electric gel is good to have against like Big Daddies because it's a constant wave of shocking, and you know, the longer you can keep them immune, the more damage you can basically build off of them. And of course, hitting him in the head with a wrench is not really going to do any extra damage. It's just really just going to be there to be there. By the way, I want to mention this is going to be kind of a lengthy video, not as long as like my 40-minute video I had before, but this is close to like 30 minutes, so I figured I'd let you all know that now ahead of time. That way you kind of know what you're getting yourself into. But then again, you probably should be able to see the timestamp at the bottom of the screen anyway, so whatever. And once you come out here, there's going to be a fight between a Houdini Splicer and a Leadhead. The Leadhead's going to die instantly, but the Houdini will not. You have enough time to take research photos of it. And I've said this in my Let's Play before, I do not like that tonic at all. I don't like the camouflage tonic. When I was first playing the game, I kind of used it quite a bit. I always had it on just because I felt like it could help, but it doesn't. It doesn't really help you very much. All it does is turn you invisible. I mean, if you're already spotted, there's really no, you know, there's really no point in using it or anything like that. They could have easily made like a Houdini plasmid or something like that, like they do in BioShock 2's multiplayer, where you can turn invisible for a little bit. And that would have made more sense. But then again, I guess technically a tonic is considered a plasmid in some sort of way. So yeah. This is not our first... Actually, I think this is our first new invent stations that we actually get to see. I believe so. But, you know, yeah, I think that is the first new invent station, because after a while, they just start appearing, like, everywhere. Yeah, I think it is, because this game is really good with, like... How do I put it? Kind of like where they put stuff. They're really good and really secure about where they put stuff. You know, all the items are in a good place. Everything is just placed so perfectly well. And right here, I switched up Machine Buster. I was thinking to myself, like, should I? And then I did. I switched it out with Photographer's Eye Plus. That way, when I take pictures of enemies, I get extra bonus. That way, I can fill up my gauge a little bit faster, which, with no Vita-Chambers on, would definitely be a helpful and, you know, very useful tonic. Every tonic is useful in its own right, but it depends on the player. Like, everybody has their own selective way of playing the game. Now, right here, the Leadhead does kind of fight off the Rosie. The Rosie will take damage from the Leadhead, of course, but it's not going to be enough to, like, you know, keyhaul, you know, the Rosie or anything like that, so... I was thinking to myself when I was coming down here, like, maybe I could probably, like, fight the Big Daddy from down here, but then I realized there's plenty of room for him to come down here and kill me, so... And plus, there's a lot of water. If I shock the water, it'll shock him and me at the same time, thus costing probably my life, and probably a run, too, and I just do not want to do that. That is something I do not want to, you know, have going around. Before you come up here, take out the security camera, of course, take pictures of it if you need to. But definitely take it out. Just get rid of it. It's pointless. Sometimes they have security cameras in just random places for whatever reason. It's funny, like I was saying, like it's perfect at placement, but at the same time, for like no Vita-Chambers, I'm just saying that the security camera is basically useless. You could probably lead the Big Daddy there, yeah, but what's the point of leading Big Daddy to a security camera who's just gonna get caught and get shot down? Which then, you know, by then you probably have enough ability to take it out by yourself. Let alone you don't really need a security camera to help you do it. I mean, no, like there's hardly any splicers that ever like go there. There's never really any splicers that run in front of that security camera in the first place. So yeah. This room is filled with water. What you can do is you can shock the water because there's going to be an enemy, a thug that does spawn outside of this room and walks into this room. There's also the Houdini Splicer, which you just saw. You could shock the water and probably shock him with it. But this guy, if you can get him to like go in the water, you can shock his ass and just, you know, kill him off that way. But he's a thug, and thugs are usually pretty weak to like shotgun blasts. They, you know, they take a shotgun to the face, they're dead. There's just nothing they can do about it. And they're simple, really simple to avoid. You know, it's well, what I was talking about earlier about like each like level having its own like certain enemy archetype. What I mean is it has like a mass amount of a certain type of enemy that you will see a lot of in that level, which this level in particular has a lot of thug splicers. Neptune's Bounty in particular has a lot of nitro splicers. Medical Pavilion has a lot of like leadhead splicers, you know, so on and so forth, and you know, all that good stuff. Fort Frolic has a lot of spider splicers, and that's one thing that it definitely has a lot of. And then, like, you know, after you get through like all the splicers, eventually the game just kind of doesn't really throw out very much different, you know, splicers and stuff like that, which is fine. You know, the amount of splicers in this game already are good enough. So I was checking to make sure that if there was anything I would have possibly missed there, but luckily there wasn't. So, you know, no problem with that. And then we go back on the quest. No, we don't. Okay. Actually, we go into this room right here where there's actually going to be some heat-seeking missiles and a UN vent station, so pick those up. Grenade launcher ammo and heat-seeking missiles for the first time you get them. I think I built like some anti-personal rounds or something for my pistol, which again is always nice to use on, you know, splicers and stuff, which is what they're weak against. Obviously, anything that's human is weak against anti-personal. Anything that's armor-piercing is weak. Well, yeah, it is strong against, like, you know, armored enemies like turrets and security cameras, which you guys already know. So yeah, I do have an advantage right here. I do frag that security turret just because it's gonna be a pain in the ass to, you know, take out. Right here, try to avoid every obstacle you can with trap wires. But what you can do is if there's a body, which there is actually a body next to the UN vent station, you can just take that body and just, you know, use telekinesis to kind of, like this, with potato chips. You can just, like, break every trap bolt. That way you don't have to worry about it anymore. And that's something about BioShock I just love so much of. There's just so much unique weapons and items, and then it's just amazing. Now, my question... Actually, yeah, Dead Space did come after this, I think. Dead Space takes a lot of... It takes a lot of inspiration from BioShock, and I fucking love Dead Space, by the way. I will probably get Dead Space 1 again. I got rid of it a long time ago. I don't know why. It was stupid of me. But I did beat it on impossible mode, and I just felt like there's really nothing else to do. I got platinum. You know, I just don't want to play it for right now. I'll just get rid of it. I had like a carbon copy of it. Not a carbon copy. A very, crap. I didn't have like the case, basically. I had this white case I bought from, I think, like Vita-Chambers or something a long time ago, or GameStop or whatever. They gave me this blank case, and I didn't like that. I like having a case. The only game I have that doesn't have a case is BioShock Heroes, which, actually, I have Sonic 06, but that's not the game. I have BioShock Heroes that does not have its respective case. That's what I'm getting at. It doesn't have the case that I want it to have. So, you know, I kept, every time I go to Vita-Chambers, I see like BioShock Heroes just sitting there, and I'm like, well, I already have like a GameStop case of it. Why should I buy another copy of it just because? But then again, I have like 2 copies of almost everything. I mean, I got 3 copies of this game. I have one that's broken that I had for like 5 years now. No, 6. Yeah, 6 years now. Which, you know, I did cry on the inside. I was pretty upset that my copy of my favorite goddamn game broke. So I was a little bit irritated with that. But speaking of Dead Space, I actually recently sold. I went with my friend. He had a power-up card. We went to GameStop and we sold my 2 Lego games that I have. Lego Batman 3 and then Lego Marvel Superheroes, which is a piece of shit. So I got rid of the Lego games because I just didn't feel like Lego was really that good. Then I bought Dead Space 2 for like $10 or $13, and I got like $30 out of it thanks to his power-up card. We got like 10% extra cash. trade-in value, which is awesome. By the way, shot this and hack it. When you research enough security turrets, you can hack it without, with ease. You don't even have to go through the whole hacking situation. You don't have to buy them out. You don't have to auto hack. It is an auto hack for free. It's a free hack. It's awesome when you research them enough. Same thing goes with security cameras. Same thing goes with security in general. Like, if you research all of its research potential, I guess you could say, then eventually you can just hack it for free. So it's really nice. Really nice gesture for the game to have. There's items that are actually above the turret, and there's items around it. So I do climb up this just to go get them. You climb up this first, and then you grab these items, and then after that, you have to drop down and then jump up again to get on another platform. So yeah. I guess back to my Dead Space storytelling. So I've been recently playing Fear 2, speaking of Dead Space. They don't really have a lot in common, but, Fear is a definitely fun fucking game. I love Fear. I finally got back into playing it again. My brother has a copy of Fear 2, and I borrowed it for a bit, beat it. I went back and downloaded the DLC I had before on my other account for Reborn, played that again, beat it, sucked the trophies out of it as much as I could, and I was like, okay, I'm done. Now it's fun. Maybe I'll do a hard, guide of it in the future. But I don't want to do it right after BioShock, because I don't want to do like a first person here and then a first person there. I want to, expand my variety even more for this channel, because doing constantly first-person shooter games is not very fun. And plus, I don't have very many because I don't care for first-person that much. I mean, I like first-person games. It's just there's not a lot that I do like. I haven't gotten to play the New Order yet, which looked pretty good. I have played Wolfenstein, the original 3D game, and I've also played the demo of the 2009 release of Wolfenstein. I've never played Return to Castle Wolfenstein. I haven't played any of those. I've just mainly played like the first one, then like the quote-unquote second one, and then I haven't played New Order yet. So I thought the 2009 release was the second one, but I think there's like a few extras after that. Sorry if my fan is really loud in this video. For some reason, processing while watching a Sony Vegas video is not... I don't know, it just overheats itself, and it pisses me off. I hate fans. I think there's actually a way where you can make it to where you can cover up the fan itself. So, yeah, see, the good thing about Arcadia, and just kind of like Neptune's Bounty, we already got all the research on the leadhead in Neptune's Bounty. We got all the research done here. But for security systems, it's kind of hard. It takes a lot longer to get all the research done for that. The Little Sisters, you have to be very weary of, by the way. If you want to get all the research done for the Little Sisters, you have to be very careful with it. Of course, you have to take pictures of them when they're around Big Daddies. If that way, you get the multiple enemy bonus, and you get the, photographer's eye bonus with it. You'd be maxed out in no time. That's what I'm getting at. Big Daddies are not that hard because Big Daddies respawn. Spicers respawn, but security systems do not. Security does not respawn. Once you kill them or once you hack them, it's over from there on. The only way you can respawn securities is if you run in front of a security camera or somebody does that, that you hacked. Then you can use that to your advantage, because that will send out security bots, and then you can take a picture of those security bots and be good. What I really don't like about BioShock 2 is the whole video camera thing. That just bothers me. It really just bothers me. Because you have to, use the film reel, and it's some stupid specific way of doing it. You have to, be fighting it or something. You have to kill it. You have to kill whatever you're fighting. Or what I do is I have somebody, I use the camera in this game where I take a picture of somebody and then I move on to the next person, and then that stops the first one, and then I can kill off the second person, and that way I can get all of it going in kind of one deal. So but just the camera in this game is just perfect, and everything about this game is just perfect already. Again, it's kind of funny how this is supposed to be a guide, but I'm not really guiding anybody into this. There's really nothing else I can say about Arcadia besides just watch out for this, watch out for that. But then again, more than likely 90% of you people watching have probably played BioShock before, so you already know what you're getting into. But there's really nothing you can say about Survivor no Vita-Chamber besides just like how to tackle like Big Daddy fights or like how to tackle like horde fights, which hardly ever happen in this game, thankfully. You never have to get like into like a big shoot 'em up fight with everybody in sight. There's like 1 or 2 times that you really get into like big fights. The only time, the biggest fight is actually in Arcadia, which you actually come back to after Farmer's Market. Which, by the way, I will make that one video. Farmer's Market and the return to Arcadia are going to be one big video. So, we'll let that be, because I don't feel like putting Arcadia, both clips here, because that would just mess a lot of people up. And, you know, I don't feel like doing that to anybody. I don't feel like being a douche, and I don't want to count it as its own level, because we've already been to this level. It just saves you a lot of trouble that way, and it saves me a lot of trouble that way too. So yeah. But again, like I was saying, like the only real guide here is to technically just what you should hack, where you should, you know, watch out for potential enemy strikes and stuff like that, and just kind of watching how I do it and seeing how I play and just watching my dodges and stuff like that I do, which hardly ever happen, but you know, hey. I didn't skip this part right here because she doesn't talk for very long, so yeah, you put the thing in the pneumo, bam, you're done.
Yes, this is perfect.
Okay, no, she doesn't talk that long, but you know, still. Another thing about the guide that I will use to my advantage is like what tonics you should put on, what things you should buy. I'm trying to show off like potential strategies basically, but this game doesn't really have very much potential strategy all the time. It's not a, you know, it's not a run and gun game either, but at the same time, it's, yeah. I do hack that hell station. That's a pretty smart idea to do. You just hack the hell station. That way, you can heal up indefinitely until the thing explodes. And even if it gets destroyed by anything at all, by you or somebody, you're gonna get medkits out of it. So when that horde fight comes out with this whole like 3-phase fight, that hill station is going to be pretty useful. Once you come out of this room, or once you go up in that room and you come back down, there's going to be splicers that do spawn. And there should be, I think, a few barrels in this room, or propane tanks. Actually, yeah, right there. I do shoot the proximity mine at the propane tank, or the barrel, the red barrel, or whatever it is. That way, because when I come back down, the enemies would already be spawned. And when I open the door, the proximity mine will set off, exploding the barrel, causing the oil to catch on fire, and they're killing both. So, hopefully killing both. I'm sorry if you hear my chair. It's stuck on something, and it's squeaky, and I don't like that. So I'm trying to make it like not super squeaky, but it's kind of hard to like sit in one place. If you forget the code, you can look back at the mirror, but if you already know the code, you should be good. If you're playing New Game Plus, you can instantly build the Lazarus Vector, like right here, and be done. You don't even have to go to Farmer's Market to play New Game Plus. Because by the time you play New Game Plus, you might already have all these supplies. And if you hack the Univent, you could probably easily build it. So, yeah. We do get the chemical thrower right here. I do actually instead shoot the proximity mine because I didn't think it was actually going to maybe explode. So I just felt like, you know, just triggering it. But again, you should be able to let it explode on its own. It should be able to do that. I would think it would be able to do it. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't really tested that, but as you can see, I just used flamethrower because I felt like burn the oil, you know, just, yeah, make things go a little bit easier for me. I hacked that security turret. I hacked this security camera, and I hacked the other one too. That way, I can put up with this fight detrimentally and just, you know, get rid of it. I don't think I even used that word correctly, but I threw it out there thinking, you know, it's on top of my head. I'm gonna go throw it out there. There's a Houdini splicer that does. There was a, I think, what was it, a thug or a leadhead at this point. And then of course a Houdini splicer, which, to be honest, are the worst splicers out of any splicers possible, because what they do is they just run around, teleport, run around, teleport, run around, teleport. And again, you can easily like detect where they're gonna go, especially when you research them enough. You know, eventually they'll just finally get caught, and you just kick their ass that way. Only problem is, it helps you visually find them. It doesn't actually help you kill them. Well, it does, but like it helps you find out where they're gonna go. And yeah, that's definitely a nice thing. So all the trees basically burned down. I think right here the RPG is just firing away at the Rosie. And it didn't have a little sister with it, so I wasn't going to engage it. What I was using to my advantage here was I was using my rocket. I was using both the Splicer, the Big Daddy, and the rocket turret to my advantage. Because the rocket's going to target the Splicer. The Splicer's going to run in front of the Big Daddy. The Big Daddy's going to get hit by the rocket and attack my RPG, thus bringing down my RPG turret and taking himself some damage with it, which will again become a potential use for later. I wanted to use this fight to my advantage too. It didn't work. I couldn't use this fight to my advantage. There's just too many enemies, and you know they're already fighting each other. You know, I don't know why the security bots were not doing nothing to the Big Daddy. It seemed like they were more potentially focused on me rather than the actual threat at hand. That was the Big Daddy already fighting off its master, which makes no sense at all. It really doesn't make any stupid sense. I didn't get it. I don't understand why like they didn't fight off the Big Daddy and just do more damage that way. But no, you know, fight up the lead head Splicer, knock him around a bit. Security bots don't care. I walk in the room, they start, you know, mowing me down for whatever reason. It's like, what the hell? So I do hack the security bot just because I feel like why not have it. Problem is I do leave the level, and when you leave a level with the security bot that's already hacked, the security bot will drop down, and you have to come back and get him. So when you come back, he's still there, but he can't come over with you in the bathysphere or wherever you're going. So you have to kind of come back and get him that way. It does. Man, this is a long freaking commentary. I'm just not feeling good today, it seems like. Like, all of a sudden, like, right now, I'm getting, like, this really nasty stomach feeling, like, ugh, I want to throw up kind of feeling, but at the same time, I'm making this video, so I will try to finish this up as quickly as I can. I buy, shotgun damage, and then I think I buy rate of fire next. I think in, like, Farmer's Market, I buy, like, rate of fire or something like that. I don't remember exactly what I bought. Machine gun, get all the damage you can, and then worry about all the extra stuff later, like rate of fire, kickback for machine gun, clip for pistol. Some things are not even that necessary until like afterwards. Damage, damage, damage. I didn't get the damage for the grenade launcher first because I wanted immunity, because that seems a little bit smarter than damage, because I don't want to take damage from my own grenades, which could, you know, kill me. So that was definitely something smart that I did. I do hack this. You know, break that open, get that chest, grab the audio diary. There's gonna be some pet bars. Houdini Splicer does spawn in here, but she's easily to kill. You know, she's easy to kill. Nothing really too bad about Arcadia. Like I said, this is a rather easy level. Once we get to Fort Frolic, that's where crap's gonna have to go down. That's where crap really is gonna go down. Farmer's Market, I'm probably gonna have a little bit more things to say about that level in particular. You know, because it's a little bit harder. But anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. So take care.